Hey guys! Irene here. Today I'm going to be doing a dress transformation video. I'm going to show you how I transformed it from looking like this to looking like this. I haven't done this type of video in quite some time now, and I know that you guys have always loved my DIY videos, so I'm really excited to finally have a new one on my channel. A fellow YouTuber, Mia Maples, gave me some of her prom dresses that she reviewed for her channel, and I thought that they will be absolutely perfect to transform them into something a little bit more fairy tale. And for those of you guys who are new to my channel, I'm a photographer and I style all of my photo shoots myself. So this dress is not going to be really worn for any occasion. It's only going to be used for photo shoots. And since my style is very romantic with a hint of fairy tale in it, I wanted it to look almost like some kind of like nymph or elvish princess. I had a few inspo pictures that I kind of went off of. I'm gonna put them somewhere on the screen so you guys can see. And yeah, it actually turned out so beautiful. So yeah, let's just get started with the video. So the first thing I did to the dress is remove all of the original applique that it had on its bust. I think it just looks pretty cheap. I don't like these little rhinestones that it has, just like the design of it I don't really like. And moreover, it wasn't really sewn on, it was just glued on top of the bodice, so half of them were already falling out anyways. So I took that off. Then I took out this breast padding that it had here. I really wanted this dress to be see-through, and I just decided to kind of strip it off everything underneath. So I also took all of the lining out. I originally thought that I'm gonna disassemble the whole dress, take out the lining really nicely, but it was a little bit too much work for something that I'm gonna only use for pictures, so I just decided to cut it underneath, and thankfully you can't really see it much over here. It still looks pretty neat, and again in pictures you won't even able to see this at all. So I just went ahead and cut out the lining that was more solid and left only these see-through parts. The skirt still remained pretty full actually, because we have 2 layers of tulle and 2 layers of organza, and because we have so many layers you get that see-through illusion, but then when you're actually wearing it you don't really see through like the underwear part, which I really enjoyed this about this dress and how it turned out. Next thing I did, I decided to cut out a different neckline for the dress. I personally really enjoy seeing the neck and the collarbones and the shoulders sometimes of the dress, so I wanted to make it a little bit more revealing, and I decided to kind of do it in this V shape right here. And then I did the same at the back. I cut out the pieces a little bit more because again I wanted to show a little bit more of the back of the dress. Also, this works really nice since I decided to put in sleeves for this dress. Whenever you're covering the shoulders and the arms, it's a little bit nicer to have a little bit more of skin showing than in your neckline. Before I started sewing anything, I decided to pin everything in place with just these little pins, just so I can kind of play around with the shape of the dress and make sure that I like the way it looks. Then I went ahead and I was experimenting with the different flower placements. I knew from the start that now that the bodice is see-through, I wanted to cover the boob part with flowers or different fabric, kind of to go off the original design where they had this covering the boob part. I just really hated the way this looks, so I didn't want to put it back on the dress. I do have a lot of fake flowers around my house, so I was experimenting with different ones, and then finally I came up with these ones. I thought that the color and the shape fit the best, and I also liked that I had some that were green, blue, and a little bit more purple. Breaking it down with these little different colors really makes it easier on your eye and looks really nice. Now when I put these flowers on, I still felt like something was missing and it looked a little bit cheap. So then I remembered about this technique that I've seen a while ago, where you burn the edges of the fabric to create kind of like flower petals. I haven't done this technique before, so I really wanted to try it out. I dug into the box of fabrics that I have, and I remembered about this fabric right here. I didn't use this part that's all embroidered, but I did use this part right here. These were actually just window curtains that I bought at Value Village, and I'm pretty sure I paid around, I don't know, like $2, $1 or $2 for this, and it worked absolutely perfectly for making those little flowers. You want a fabric that's stiff but not too stiff, and something plasticky like this will burn really, really nicely. So what I did is I cut out different circles of different sizes, some bigger, some smaller, and then some really small. Then I went ahead and just kind of cut little edges around the flower, and then with my candle lit, I was just burning the sides of the flower. You also want to roll each petal just a little bit in the direction that you want it to curl up, if that makes sense, and then you go to your candle and just slowly burn the edges. Then once you have all of your petals, you can combine them together to make a beautiful flower. And that's how I made these little flowers right here. I also decided to add a pearl in the middle of them, just because I thought that they would look really empty if there was nothing in there. And the pearls that I used were from an old bracelet that I got at Value Village as well. Whenever I go to Value Village, I tend to buy these little supplies that I'm going to be using later. I always buy a bunch of stuff like these pearls and diamantes and fake flowers and some random fabric, because later on in the future I often use them for projects like this. So now I went ahead and pinned all of my flowers in place to make sure that I have the appropriate amount of them, that I like everything. And then I felt like it was missing still something, like that element of fairy tale in it. I still had some fabric from that curtain, and I thought that that's a perfect amount to make sleeves. Then I also remembered about this picture that I had saved in my phone for a very long time of this beautiful dress with these poofy big see-through sleeves, and I thought that I definitely should make something like that. What I did was very, very simple. I just cut the remaining fabric into two pieces that looked the same. They were just two pretty big rectangular pieces, and then again I just kind of went with my pins, pinned it around here to make sure that it's gonna look good. Once everything was in place, I thought, yes, the sleeves just definitely finish off this look and make it look so much more just beautiful and different. Once I had everything pinned and everything was to my liking, this was the time for me to start sewing. Now you guys, I just started to learn how to sew with the sewing machine, so I did make quite a few mistakes and it's definitely not perfect, but again, just because I'm going to be using this for pictures only, it's not that big of a deal, and little details like that are not going to be really seen in a picture. I unpinned all of my flowers, and then I went ahead and sewed all along the neckline where I pinned it with the sewing machine. After that was done, I went ahead and attached the sleeves to the armholes. That was something else. I've never had to sew like in a circle like that. Also having this huge dress, I had to like maneuver it around my sewing machine, and I've made a lot of mistakes, but I did attach it to the dress finally, so the armholes are on and they're attached. After my sleeves were done, I also cut off a little piece from the curtain. It actually started fraying now, so I might gonna have to redo it again on my sewing machine. But these were just the edges of the curtains. I decided to use them as little ties for my sleeves. So they will kind of tie like this, and that way it's gonna make the sleeve really poofy without me really putting any elastic and stuff like that. Again, because it's for a photo shoot, I don't really care that much about the quality, so I just kind of put these ties around here, and it serves the purpose and does exactly what I wanted to do. Now that the neckline is sewn, the sleeves are sewn in, I went ahead and I stitched all of my flowers onto the dress. And I knew if I want to use this dress multiple times, I need to sew it in rather than gluing it on. So I went ahead and I stitched every single flower separately onto the dress, but now they're on there really strongly and nothing's gonna, you know, rip them out of the dress. So I'm really happy that I stitched them on. I'm actually so happy with the way it turned out. I think it looks beautiful and I can't wait to photograph it. Let me know, guys, what do you think about this dress, and if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Oh, and if you want to see 2 of my other dress transformation videos, I will link them in the description down below. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!